Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into something I think we can all relate to, the wonderful world of jeans.
Oh, jeans.
It's
Yeah,
a love-hate relationship sometimes, isn't it?
it really is.
We're going to be digging into an article called Denim Decoded. And it got me thinking about, I remember when jeans shopping meant just boot cut or straight leg.
Right?
And now you walk into a store and it's like washes, styles, colors, rises. It's a lot.
It is a lot. The article talks about how overwhelming the modern denim department can be and how that actually affects shoppers.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've definitely had those moments where I'm like, I just want jeans. Why is it so hard?
And they say that's a real thing. It's choice overload, apparently.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah, I guess so. Too many choices, and suddenly you can't make any decision.
Right. Like you want that freedom of choice, but then you get in there and you're like, I don't know what to do.
That's it. And then you end up leaving with nothing or something you don't even like that much.
And then feeling like you wasted an hour of your life, probably.
Exactly. And that's kind of where the article brings up this idea of a well-trained sales associate, or as they put it, a denim guru.
Okay, a denim guru. So someone who can come in and kind of rescue you from the abyss of denim choices.
Pretty much. I mean, it's more like they guide you through it. The article talks about a customer named Sarah who is totally overwhelmed. Right.
Relatable.
But then she meets the sales associate, and instead of just saying, hey, what size are you? They actually ask her about her style, what she's looking for, what's the occasion, that kind of thing.
Okay, so it sounds like it's less about just here are the jeans, what size do you need, and more of a conversation.
Exactly. It's more about actually listening to the customer and helping them figure out what they need.
Yeah. And I remember the article even had the little sample dialogue between this shopper, Sarah, and the sales associate.
Yeah, they did.
And you could tell the associate really knew their stuff. They were explaining selvage denim and all these things that I feel like as shoppers, we hear, but we don't really know what they mean.
And that's huge, right? I mean, if they can break it down for you and you actually understand what you're buying.
Right, because then you feel more confident in your choice, right?
Exactly. And the article makes a good point about how that expertise builds trust with the customer.
Which makes total sense. If you feel like someone's just trying to sell you something versus someone who actually seems like they know what they're talking about.
And that's what makes the difference between a good shopping experience and one that leaves you, feeling frustrated.
Totally. So, okay, this idea of having really well-trained associates, it seems like a no-brainer from a customer standpoint, but what about the retailers? Does it actually translate to better sales?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the article really stresses that point.
What's the connection there?
Well, if someone feels good about what they bought, they're obviously less likely to return it.
Right.
Makes sense.
And then there's the whole repeat customer thing, if you had a good experience, you're more likely to come back to that store, right?
Right.
Or even recommend it to your friends. It's like word of mouth advertising, the best kind. Right. Because if you trust a store, you're going to trust them for all sorts of things, not just one pair of jeans, right?
Exactly. And the article talks about this thing called in-between customer training, like how important that is.
In between customer, that sounds interesting. What is that exactly?
Yeah, so it's basically how retail can get really busy, right?
Yeah.
So it's these kind of quick training modules that associates can do on their phone or a tablet whenever they have a free minute, between customers. And the article mentioned this platform called Insight. Have you heard of that?
Insight. No, but it sounds kind of intense, exciting.
I think it's getting pretty popular, but it makes sense, though, because you have to keep up with all the new trends and stuff, right?
Yeah, especially with denim. It feels like things are constantly changing.
Totally. So it's like this Insight thing lets them just, boom, get that info really fast.
So if I walk into a store, how do I know if they've got these Insight denim guru people?
Well, you can't always tell right away. But I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to ask for help.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's what those associates are there for, right?
Yeah.
If you're feeling lost in a sea of denim, a good associate should be able to kind of guide you.
Yeah, instead of just pointing vaguely at a wall of jeans and being they're over there.
Exactly. And, a good sign is if they actually ask you questions about your style, what you're looking for, like we were talking about before.
Right, having that actual conversation, they're invested in helping you find something that works.
Right, totally. And honestly, I think it's worth maybe even seeking out stores that, prioritize training their staff.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It shows they care about customer service, right? And then you might be more likely to have that good experience overall.
And that's true for so many things, not just jeans, right? I always think about electronics.
Oh, yeah.
Going to buy a TV or something and you're just bombarded with specs and features.
Totally. Or even something as simple as a new mattress. There's so much jargon and technology involved now.
Exactly. Like, how are you supposed to know what all that stuff means?
That's when you need a knowledgeable salesperson to walk you through it.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So I guess it all comes down to, like, don't be afraid to ask for help and maybe do a little research beforehand on stores that, are known for good customer service.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, we all just want a good shopping experience, right?
Right. Where you don't leave feeling like you need a nap and a therapy session.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I think we've definitely decoded some denim dilemmas today.
I think so.
And hopefully our listeners will feel a little more empowered next time they head out to buy some new jeans.